Well, welcome, Katie. Welcome to my kitchen.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, it's great to have you.
What are we making today?
Today we're going to do some pan-fried double-dip pork chops.
Awesome. I love pork chops.
Can you help me with that?
I'd love to.
Okay.
My name is Ken Alston, corporate chef for Hormel Foods. What we're making today is the pan-fried double-dip pork chops and some southern-style pinto beans and cornbread and North Carolina chowchow. And some of that is what I grew up on. And that was kind of a really nice Sunday evening meal for us.
If you would, to season up the flour for us.
Okay. And you said double dipped.
Double dipped,
All right.
yes.
So first we're dipping in.
We are going to dip into the seasoned flour,
Okay.
the beautiful pork chops that we have.
My name is Katie Lenway, and I'm a corporate recruiter at Hormel. I get to talk to all sorts of different people on a daily basis, hiring most of our experienced level hires to Hormel. Being in the kitchen is just where I feel most comfortable. And so it's really important to me. It's a way that I express myself. It's a way that I can show my love to my family and to my husband. And I feel like food is just probably one of the most important things to me.
Once we get that mixed up, we're going to take our pork chops and dip them into the seasoned flour. And then I'm going to make an egg wash with 1 egg.
So Ken, you said you're from North Carolina.
Born and raised in Greensboro, yes.
I guess it all started when I was a young teenager, 13, 14, and I had to take on some additional roles around the house, and I started cooking and working in the kitchen a lot.
This is one of the dishes that takes me back. I remember going to my grandmother's house. She had a wood stove. I remember I was like 5 or 7 years old. You could walk into the house and it just smelled of hickory and pork.
Sounds amazing.
All kinds of wonderful food. So we have our egg wash with the buttermilk, and then what we'll do is take these pork chops and just lay them into the seasoned flour.
I think people are so passionate about food because it really just brings them back to family and their roots.
Once we come out of the egg wash, we're going to double dip them back into the seasoned flour.
Okay.
And then back onto this pan here. Where did you grow up?
I have such a passion for food, and I actually was born and raised in Austin, Minnesota. I've just seen what Hormel does in the community and what a great part of the community it is, even to Austin and throughout the country as well.
Are you ready to fry these up?
Sure. All right.
We'll set these right here. And then if you can just help me out a little bit, we can add some of the oil.
Okay.
How many times have you fried pork chops before?
I honestly don't know that I have.
There's kind of a fine line between sauteing, deep frying, and
Right.
pan frying. It's
Right.
truly about the submersion of oil and the amount of oil that you're putting in.
Okay.
Food is life. It makes so many memories for us. The history of food, understanding food, the different flavors, the aromas that we instill, the vision of food itself, the colors, everything, from farm to table.
These will cook for about 4 minutes on each side. They're a little bit thicker, so we want to make sure they're done all the way through. I'm going to flip these.
Nice and crispy.
Yes.
I think my first double dipped pork chops are not going to disappoint.
And so Katie, next, I think what we're going to make is the North Carolina chowchow. And it's something that's kind of like a condiment that you would find on the table, kind of like salsa. So if you'd mind just taking the onion and the bell pepper.
All right.
And we'll chop those up. All the peppers that you have there. Now all of the spices that we have there, Katie, we're going to bring all that together with the vinegar and we'll bring that to a boil once we have the vegetables into the bowl, and then we'll mix all that together.
Okay. I really love working at Hormel Foods because I've gotten so many different opportunities at the company, even in my short time here. It is kind of like your family away from home.
If you want to put all those spices into that pot with
All
the
right.
vinegar, and then we can put that on the stove. And so the vinegar that we'll pour right into that with the
Okay.
sugar. So we'll just take this over to the stove and bring it to a boil before we pour it over to the veggies. And now this is hot, so what we'll do is just take this off the stove. And
Okay.
we'll take it right over here. Now we'll take this hot liquid and then we'll pour it right over the cabbage.
This looks awesome.
It does. Can you smell that?
Yeah, it smells great.
And after that sits for a while, it'll change a little color from the turmeric, and the acid will soak into the cabbage. It'll just be really aromatic and flavorful.
My name is Dave Anderco. I'm an innovation manager. So I think what's always important to remember about food is taste. That's something that a lot of times we forget. And you know, people do want food to do a lot more than just taste good these days, but it still has to taste good.
My name is Janie Dykes. I'm the Senior Spam Brand Manager for our international division. My grandmother made the best ham sandwiches. You know, macaroni salad with her secret dressing. Chocolate cake that's homemade, not from a box. All of those things go back to love and family and togetherness.
Okay guys, here come the pork chops. I know this is what we've been waiting on.
Oh, these look
Jenny?
amazing.
Yes. Here you go.
Thank you. Hire is an employee resource group. Its mission is to help integrate those coming from the outside of Hormel Foods seamlessly into the fold through experiences and systems and jobs and all of those things that we can help those new to Hormel to feel like at home right off the bat.
So most of my experience is at Hormel, but I started my career in kind of the culinary world. I went to school for baking and pastry arts. I had some experience working in bakeries and moved into Hormel into a food service sales role before taking a position within our recruiting department.
I moved to Minnesota 13 years ago, not knowing anyone in the company, and it was like I fit in right away. Working at Hormel is like you're working with your family members. It's definitely a wonderful culture to work in.
A lot of things that make Hormel great was that we have, you know, a lot of people who come here to work here start at the bottom and come here and work for many years. We have a very strong company culture and promoting from within, and these things have made Hormel very successful. But with that, you don't have a ton of external hires, and so when you can come into that environment, especially combining it with being a small town, that it can be a bit intimidating for people to first join in. They're like, wow, you know, this isn't a place to go for a few years and then move on. This is a place I come and have a career.
We have different backgrounds, we come from different industries, but we are working together to make working at Hormel better for those coming in from the outside. It also made me think about all of the things I didn't have coming into Hormel and that I needed to learn. And I wanted to make sure that I had an opportunity to help others that were coming in the same situation I came in.
So what area of the country did you two grow up in?
I grew up in Western Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So a lot of ethnic cuisine from Italian.
Did you have pepperoni rolls?
Oh yes, my mother makes amazing pepperoni rolls.
Love it.
Yes, pierogies. It's definitely important to me because I have found such great success and enjoyment working for Hormel Foods. You want others that come in to have the same experience. That's why it was important to me.
So I grew up in the suburban Chicago area.
Okay.
So hot dogs?
Oh, I do.
The famous-
I miss the hot dogs. I tell you that.
I think our relationship with food is actually becoming more irrational over time, as odd as it sounds. People used to kind of build their day around the meals, right? You had your breakfast, you sat down, you read the paper, you had a bowl of cereal. But now we ask for food to be completely different for us. In fact, we're asking it to go around all the activities during the day.
Well, this has been a lot of fun today. Thank you guys for joining us and eating some of the food that we made.
Absolutely. Thank you for having us. It's been wonderful.
It was my pleasure. I want to say thank you for coming. It was a lot of fun. And let's do it again sometime, please.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank you.
Ken.
Thanks to all of you for joining us